Well, guys, sun's out, guns out, don't really care. But then again, the Pirates don't really care either. And this was your most important series of the season at this juncture of the year. And in typical Derek Shelton and Pittsburgh Pirates fashion, you blew it. You absolutely blew it. What's going on, everybody? I'm Mac. Back with another video. As always, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram. Link is down in the box below. I am just so sick and tired of this friggin' baseball team continuing to find the most incredible ways to blow games. Everything. Everything from the unclutch hitting, the stupid managerial decisions, the bullpen imploding, wasting chance after chance, the piss poor defense, everything. You have now dropped two series to the St. Louis Cardinals, who are ahead of you in the standings now by 4 games because you're 2-4 against them this season. You dropped 2 out of 3 against them twice. And now you just fell further in the standings in the division. Great job, Pirates. And I'm telling you right now, the season's over. That series yesterday, where the Pirates lost it in 10 innings to the Cardinals by a final of 3-2, where they allowed 2 runs in the 10th inning for the Cardinals, and then Andrew McCutchen would have hit probably a game-winning walk-off RBI double, where his ball was just inches away from the third base line and went into foul territory. That was just a microcosm of the Pirates season right there. Absolutely sums it up. You blew it. Blew it big time. And it's not even just yesterday's embarrassing loss in extra innings to the Cardinals, a game in which I am putting on Derek Shelton too, by the way. I mean, we just expect the offense to not come through. I mean, the Pirates had so many chances to score runs yesterday. And of course, they didn't come through, even though they have all the talent in the friggin' world to score runs. I mean, the only guy on this team that even contributes anything at this point is Brian Reynolds. Okay, solo home run by him, 26 hits in the last 28 games. He continues to rake, but of course, he's the only guy that does anything worth a damn offensively for us at this point. The only guy. But then comes extra innings. Instead of leaving Aroldis Chapman out there, or was it Kyle Nicholas? Whatever, I don't give a shit right now. But anyway, instead of leaving your reliever out there, you bring in Domingo Santana, whose ERA is over 7. Has he had a lockdown inning this year? Has he proven that he can pitch at a high leverage situation like that? Maybe he can do it this time. What are the odds? Not good. Immediately allows St. Louis to take the lead. That is just Derek Shelton for you right there. No, I'm not going to complain that Brian Reynolds wasn't hitting third. That's just a minor nitpick right there. What I am going to complain about is putting in a guy who has an ERA of over 7 in an extra inning game, in a tie game, and you're trying to win the game. Shelton cost us that game yesterday. I am solely putting that on Derek Shelton. Okay, because, like I said, I just expect the offense to not come through at this point. I do expect the pitching to come through. And then Tuesday, way to go, Mitch. Way to go, Mitch Keller. Gives up 6 runs right off the bat. Bucks are down 6-0. Mitch Keller cost us Tuesday. So no, I guess I can't trust anybody. I can't trust anybody on this friggin' team to come through at all. Like I said in my community post on Tuesday, This is what we waited for. This is what we tanked 5 years for. An unclutched team that can't win important games, that can't beat division rivals, that can't win at a crucial juncture of the season. A bunch of guys that are hitting in the 230s, a bunch of guys that have no idea what clutch hitting is at the plate, because this team's idea of clutch hitting is one of two things. The primary one, they either just stand at the plate, watch every single pitch whiz right past them, and before you know it, they're striking out on 3 pitches, or they just swing at everything and hope to make contact with the ball. This offense is unwatchable. It's friggin' unwatchable. And it's sad that I have to sit down here on July 5th on Paul Skeens night of all days. Not even that can get me excited right now. Because the Bucks were hitting really well when Paul Skeens first got called up and they were scoring runs. But in his last 2 starts, the Pirates haven't spotted him anything. So you know it's bad when not even Paul Skeens taking the mound against the Mets tonight can get me excited. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many more opportunities this team is going to waste. I know they're only 41-45 on the season, and they still have 76 games to go. But be honest with yourselves, guys. Do you seriously think if this team gets into the playoffs that they are going to do anything? Do you even think that they can even make an incredible run in the second half? It has now been 3 months since this team, well, almost 3 months, but I'm calling it 3 months. Screw technicalities. It has now been 3 months since this team has been over 500, and all they have done is dwindle backwards in the NL Central standings. Milwaukee has a firm grasp in that division. I don't see them giving that lead up. The Cardinals have been playing well over the past month, and the only reason that this team is in 3rd place right now is because the Chicago Cubs have the 2nd worst record in the entire league since the end of April. The only team that's worse than them are their cross-city rivals in the Chicago White Sox. I mean, who isn't worse than the White Sox at this point? Okay? And the Cincinnati Reds, for whatever reason, can't beat us. Not that I'm complaining about it, but we own the Reds. It don't matter how bad we are, how bad they are, we just always beat the Reds. But I don't care about that, okay? What I care about is how they can manage themselves against a team like Milwaukee, against a team like St. Louis. And so far, they have looked terrible against both those teams. They're 2-4 against St. Louis, a team that was 3 games ahead of them going into this series. I mean, do you not have any pride? Do you not know that the Cardinals have just completely dominated us for the better part of the last 30 years? Even further than that. Basically, since World War II. They've owned us for well over 80 years now. Do you not have any pride? Not even pride with beating St. Louis. Do you have any even pride in yourself? It's pathetic. So, they start this series against the Mets tonight. The Mets may not have the best record in the MLB, and they may not be the most talented team in the league, but guess what? They swept us the last time we played them. And I have no doubt in my mind that the Mets are going to give us more trouble with this 4-game series in Pittsburgh coming up. No doubt in my mind at all. This team can't hit. The bullpen is on clutch. Derek Shelton is a friggin' idiot. He's the worst manager in baseball. He's the worst manager I've ever seen in my life. I thought John Russell was bad. Oh my goodness, was I wrong. This guy, Derek Shelton, makes John Russell looks like Casey Stengel. I am dead serious. Worst friggin' manager I've ever seen in my life. Complete waste of a rebuild. And speaking of the White Sox, you guys want to know something? I'd rather be the friggin' 24-64 Chicago White Sox. I do not kid when I say that. I'd rather be the 24-64 Chicago White Sox because at least then I wouldn't have to worry about my team's future. I wouldn't have to worry about if they're going to be competitive. I wouldn't have to worry about the farm. I wouldn't have to worry if Jerry Reinsdorf is actually going to make moves, much like he doesn't do with the basketball team in Chicago with the Bulls, okay? And it's just going to be a long, miserable, drawn-out year. It's a 100% guarantee. At least I wouldn't be getting teased year after year after year after year with this crap. I am sick of this crap. 23 friggin' years. 23 years I've been a fan of this franchise. I've been repping this logo. I've been backing this team. I've been cheering for them. And this is the reward I get. Unbelievable. Fire Cherrington, gut everything. Do not buy at the deadline. You're not going anywhere for the umpteenth year in a row. Very nice, Pittsburgh Pirates. I hope you're happy with yourself. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. I'm Mac, checking on out for the day. Have a good one, everybody.